Good evening. It is July 1st, 1776, and the political center in the American colonies has collapsed. The window for a negotiated peace with Great Britain is officially closed. This is the Olive Branch Petition, the Continental Congress's final appeal for reconciliation. King George III has formally rejected it and issued a proclamation declaring the American colonies to be in a state of open and avowed rebellion. The economic break is already in effect. Under the Prohibitory Act, the Crown has removed the colonies from its protection, allowing American trade ships and their cargoes to be seized as enemy property. Because the Crown has severed ties and initiated hostilities, the Continental Congress is now moving on a radical resolution introduced by Virginia's Richard Henry Lee. The proposal would officially declare these colonies free and independent states. In Philadelphia, a committee of 5 has been appointed to prepare a formal document of separation, drafting the text while the larger Congress continues to debate the actual vote. The draft reflects a major shift in public sentiment, fueled by the popular arguments of Thomas Paine. His rhetoric has helped convince many that the British Parliament has no legitimate authority over colonial affairs. The core strategy of this document is clear. It moves past specific tax disputes to level its grievances exclusively and personally at the monarch himself. The indictment is exhaustive, listing 18 specific accusations of repeated injuries and usurpations against King George. Approving this document is the final step. Signing it will transform a localized political dispute into a documented act of high treason against the Crown. At the War Desk, a massive British fleet commanded by the Howe brothers is currently marshalling near New York, preparing for a major offensive. Admiral Howe has made the stakes explicit. Any colonial declaration of independence will permanently end the possibility of treaty-making or further negotiations. While the North prepares for naval combat, a different struggle is unfolding in the southern colonies, where enslaved people are looking for their own path to freedom. Lord Dunmore's proclamation has promised personal freedom to any enslaved person who can reach British lines and take up arms for the Crown. This tactic has fueled deep fears of internal revolt among patriot elites, layering a civil war and social upheaval over the existing political rebellion. Domestic opposition is being sidelined as patriot committees increasingly suppress internal dissent and disarm suspected loyalists. But the loyalist voice remains loud in print. The pamphlet Plain Truth by James Chalmers attacks the logic of breaking away from the world's greatest superpower without a guaranteed ally. Reverend Charles Inglis has warned that independence will invite foreign powers to carve up the continent, reducing the seacoasts to ruin and the population to wretchedness. For thousands of colonists, this push for independence is seen as a dangerous, illegitimate mob action, resulting in the total destruction of their homes. Turning to the international desk, the atmosphere in London remains disconnected from the crisis unfolding on the American coast. Most government ministers are currently away at their country estates. Officials are expressing confidence that the colonial rebellion is merely a final, expiring gasp. On the culture beat, Philadelphia presses are already working. Thomas Syme's The Military Guide for Young Officers is being printed and distributed to help organize and train patriot militias. While the British government waits for the conflict to fade, American presses are actively manufacturing the tactical manuals and the ideology required for a sustained war. We have a final report from the western frontier. A Moravian missionary in the Ohio wilderness has just recorded an earthquake, a terrifying and uncharacteristic tremor in the deep forest. With the western wilderness quiet for now, all eyes return to Philadelphia. The Lee resolution is scheduled for a vote tomorrow morning. We will have the results then.